Hello, welcome back. In this session, we are going to see how to connect to the HDI container, which is generated as part of the HANA 2.0 project using the HANA Studio. So in our previous session, we created a project T4H first project, and then we have a DB module, the HDB module in this, and under the DB module, we created one table also using the CDS artifact. Okay, now what is HDI container? So the HDI container, in simple terms, whenever you create a project in HANA 2.0 and when you add a DB module to that project, so that DB module database is a separate container, and that container is called HDI container. If you right click on the database module, let me clear this log here at the bottom. So clear console. Okay, so DB, right click on the DB module, and if you see, open HDI container. So what is this HDI container? If I click here, then see here it moved to the database explorer, and whatever the database generated as part of the project is called a HDI container. And now in this container we see the tables, right? And actually, even though SAP named it as a HDI container, technically it's a schema. So, and we know where to check the schemas in HANA Studio, right? So since I'm saying the HDI container is nothing but a schema, let's go and find out that schema in HANA Studio. So I'm connected to HANA 2.0 SPS 3 XSA version. So this is not the same system which I used in our earlier session, even though that is HANA 2.0 system, but this not the same database. So here I'm connected using the system user to the HXA system. And as we know, the schemas exist in the catalog. But if you see here, there is no schema with the name T4H. So for example, okay, let's see, the first one is H, and all these schemas are starts with SR underscore S something. So how to find out that schema? If I right click and filter, if I enter T4H, I don't find anything. See, nothing, right? But if I go to the same filter and enter the T4H again, if you see, there is an option display all schemas. So if you select that option, click OK, there you go. So these are the objects generated as part of the HDI container. And if we come from the bottom, so the name generated by system, and at the end there is a underscore DT. So there are total 3 underscore DT schemas, which are design time schemas, and 3 RT schemas, which are runtime schemas. So we don't understand what's there inside, but SAP manages all those schemas, so that's okay. Now the hash or pound symbol with OO. OO means object owner, and DI means deployment, I think deployment user or something. So as we know, like every user will have a schema, like when you connect to HANA system, and you will find a schema name with your user ID. Similar to that, for a HDI container, system will have 2 different users: technical user, which is a OO object owner, and there is a deployment user. So those are the 2 schemas. So all these first 6 schemas and these 2 schemas managed by the HDI container functionality. Now if you come to our database, so if you remember, the database name what we provided while creating the project is T4H underscore DB. This is the database schema name which we gave, right? So if you don't give the clear name there, then system will generate some name and you will not find where that schema is. So if you want to see in HANA Studio, give a clear name, then you will find out. Okay, now this is what the schema generated as part of that project. And if you see under the tables, my table is there. And if I open the contents, so this schema is managed by the web IDE, and I don't have access. Like even the system user won't have access unless the project developer, whoever developing the project, he needs to provide the access exclusively. By default, all the HDI containers are fully secured and no one can touch without providing the proper access. So that is what it's saying, insufficient privilege, not authorized. So I cannot see the data, but I can see the metadata, like what is the table name, right? So that's what I want to show you. The HDI container is nothing but a schema which you can see from here in the HANA Studio. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Until then, happy learning. Bye.